podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the politics and BS. MAGA is so pissed at Mike Pence, but we know they've been pissed with him for several years now, right? Because they were yelling, chanting, had the guillotine ready, saying, hang Mike Pence, because Mike Pence did not do what Donald Trump was expecting him to do, which was pretty much go over the rights of the people who voted for Joe Biden over him and certify him as the elected president of the United States when he wasn't. All right. So we know how that went down. Mike Pence, he is not in the favor of the MAGA crew, and he's not in favor of them. He's not in favor of the man that he was serving second in command to the country with, is Donald Trump. He did not show up at the RNC. Like, he's pretty much dead to Donald Trump. And that's how it is with Donald Trump. If you don't do what he wants you to do, you're dead to him. Like, literally, and he wants you to be that. We heard them say, hang Mike Pence, right? And he was running for his life, and that was not a joke. It was not a game. I don't know if you all have seen those close-up videos of what actually went down at the Capitol, but that was really real that day, all right? And if you haven't, I encourage you to go and watch those videos. But anyway, former VP Mike Pence, he has pissed off the MAGA crew with a social media post that really was not bad, but I get it. They see it as him throwing shade to Donald Trump. And listen, it is what it is. And the shade definitely deserves to be thrown because he was speaking the truth. In his post on X, he said, President Joe Biden made the right decision for our country, and I thank him for putting the interests of our nation ahead of his own. After the assassination attempt on President Trump and President Biden's decision to end his campaign, now is a time for leaders in both parties to project calm and send a message of strength and resolve to America's friends and enemies alike that whatever the state of our politics, the American people are strong and our American military stands ready to defend our freedom and our vital national interests anywhere in the world. See, this is what most people are trying to get back to a space where, yeah, politics may have been dirty. We know that a lot of corruption goes on in politics. It's people greasing palms and lining pockets for the sake of what's in their best interest. We know a lot of that stuff goes on and it's not right. But at least when it came to the whole of everyone, when it came to situations like this, these are the types of statements that we used to hear. Now, since Donald Trump has been allowed to be a president for 4 years and to whine about losing, but claiming the election was stolen from him for the, last, 3, he has been driving us crazy. And those followers who are so hell-bent on worshiping him, they have been pretty much going the opposite direction and being nasty and cold and evil and racist and sexist and misogynist and all of those different things. These are the types of things that we're seeing now that's become normal in a way. And it's just sad. So in response to his tweet, which was just very, we'll say, American, people responded. Here's some of the comments in response to what he said. This is why we consider you a traitor, Mike. F off. Another person responded, we are only in this mess because of you, so shut the F up. Another one, you should sit this one out, Mike. No one gives a F what you think. Another one says, did a Democrat write this? Somebody else, nobody cares when Judas weeps. Shut up. And then somebody else wrote, that is not Donald Trump because he's not on X anymore. He was banned. I believe, though, that when Elon Musk bought the platform, he unbanned him, but he didn't come back to the platform. So they have a parody account of Donald Trump, but that person wrote, "You failed me as Vice President Mike, endorse me." Another one, Judas Pence has spoken. Somebody else wrote, in defense of Mike Pence. Thanks, Mike Pence. I'm glad you're alive and did not get murdered in retaliation from stopping a bunch of world-class goobers from doing a coup. Another person said in response to Mike Pence in defense of what he said, I'm sorry that your president tried to have you killed. Kamala joined a better man when she became VP. I'm saying, like, isn't this nuts that we're even saying that this is stuff that actually even happened? And what's crazier to me when it comes to Donald Trump is the so-called Christians. Well, it's just a title. It's just a label. These people are not followers of God and Jesus Christ. Not real, because it's in actions and in deeds, not just in words that you speak. We are, those who know, right? So they can call themselves Christians all they want. They can espouse their beliefs and whatever. But if your actions are that you are in support of a man like this, there's no Christ in you. And I don't care what you claim. I don't care how many times you go to church during the week. I don't care how long you've been in this so-called religion. I don't care. You're not a follower of Christ if you are a follower of Donald Trump. That's what I'm saying, and that's what I believe. But Joe Walsh, who is a Republican, he shared his thoughts on Kamala Harris and what this MAGA crew and Donald Trump are doing right now because of her being announced as the Democratic nominee for president against now the oldest man in history to run for the office of the presidency.
Most unhappy people in America right now are Donald Trump, his campaign, and his supporters. They were salivating at the opportunity to run against 81-year-old Joe Biden. Joe Biden's a good man, but Joe Biden is incapable of communicating and making the case against Trump. Trump and his team knew that. They know Kamala Harris can make that case. And they also know that Kamala Harris is going to generate a lot of excitement from young people and people of color throughout this country who just were not really excited and maybe were thinking about staying at home in November. The Trump campaign is scared about this. They will not know how to handle this. And the other point I'd make is he's always going after people, but he's always had a difficult time attacking strong women. This will not be easy for him.
And I'm all in for it. Joe Walsh, he has been speaking the truth for some time now. Like I said, he is a Republican. Those people who follow Donald Trump, they're not Republicans. They're not conservatives. They may be cons, but conservatives, absolutely not. Because do you know how many people who are actually labeled as Democrats that actually are conservative? Conservative doesn't mean Republican. So let's just make that clear. And two, Donald Trump was never a Republican. He actually said years ago that if he ever ran for president, he would have to be running as a Republican because of pretty much how sheepish they are and how he could get over on them. But it's recorded that Donald Trump gave, and Ivanka Trump, gave $8,000 to Senator Kamala Harris's campaign many years ago. What Republican do you know does that? But I digress. I'm sure this will not be the last time that we hear about those donations, but let me know what you think in the comment section about all of this. Thanks, guys, for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.